as out they come onto the track for race one of this weekend's round of the championship. 11 laps around Sydney Motorsport Park. Maurice Bassini and James Abella on the front row. Adrian Flack and Darren Chamberlain on the second row. Damien Flack and Peter Carr on the next row. Adam Ubergang and South Aussie Miles Bond start out of 8. Coming over to Brendan Pingle and Trent Young, who's celebrating his birthday today here. James Duckworth and Chris Stevenson on the 6th row. Craig Woodstead and Ballantyne, who got his fastest lap time invalidated yesterday in car 67. Sean Rose and Daniel Gaunt in the field this weekend. Kent Quinn, Blake Chaberis on the row 9. Then Grant Ludby and Brendan Tucker all the way back in position 20. Back to John Reynolds. We'll talk about him during the race. Craig Thompson, Chad Chapman back there in 24th place, down to Rooks. Grant Thompson, Tony Quinn and Harley Haber, the 16-year-old out there for Icebreak Racing, starting out of 30. He set a massive field of cars here for this weekend's round. James Abella getting set for the start, the winner of the Jim Richards Endurance Trophy and Porsche GT3 Cup a couple of weeks back. And no pole position man. Where is Maurice Bassini in this one? It's a vacant front row at the moment. So he's come back into the lane. See, right of screen there, he's come in. So our pole man has pulled in even before the start. And this leaves 17-year-old James Abella on the front row for this one. Green flag at the back. It's race one of round 4 of this year's championship at Sydney Motorsport Park. And we're away. Brilliant start from Abella. I've seen the front row. Ubergang has made a belter of a start there to slot himself up to second. And as I predicted, 3 wide going down into turn 1. But it'll be Abella from Ubergang. Chamberlain in the middle of a 3-car sandwich. They round through turn 1.
Yeah, most of the guys got off cleanly there, so it's a bit tight going into turn 2 here. Guys weaving in and out trying to find their position.
There's some cars squirming back in the field. You have to hold your breath at turn 2 as we jump aboard with Brendan Pingle, the excitement machine yesterday. Watch the wheel work of the Spirit of Lockyer entry.
He's working hard there.
And I was thinking yesterday it was cold tyres, but he was doing that all session long in both practice and qualifying as the field come across the top of the access tunnel here at Sydney Motorsport Park and through turn 4. Now this is turn 5 I talked about. To the right-hand side here. Once they get across on the other side of the curb there, they can be deemed for exceeding the track limits. But look at Ubergang, already on the back of the Horsley Park gun shop entry of James Abella to come out to the back of Corporate Hill for the first time.
Well, these guys are pushing quite hard on the opening lap. Surprised they all got through without too many touches there, but good racing nonetheless. And up the inside, we've got to move there for position. Little lock up.
On board with Darren Chamberlain, so word through from the pits. It's a broken tail shaft for Maurice Bassini, so that's ended his race. And what a shame to ride aboard with the defending champ as he menaces the back. Up the back of the back section of the circuit here. And these curbs must feel like motocross jumps when they hit him in these cars.
Yeah, it's definitely feel for the shocks in the car there, but supercars, we can ride over them quite softly and you don't even second guess it. But these guys, as you saw there, it bounced off the curb quite aggressively.
Speeds pick up down this long main straight. You'll see plenty of slipstreaming during the course of this weekend, but it's James Abella to half a second margin at the first lap. As down the inside goes Brendan Pingle to pick up a position on Darren Chamberlain, who we jump back on board with here on the run down to turn 2. A lot of speed. You see a lot of cars go off, and we did see that yesterday in practice.
Yeah, so Darren Chamberlain's dropping back a little bit here. That's another spot again. So whether he's just spin there.
42 has gone around down in that section of the course for Trent Young. And Ubergang's gone as well, so he missed that. So Ubergang's dropped out of second, and this will drop him right outside the top 10. So it's all happening here.
Yeah, the guy's obviously pushing quite hard, whether it's a tire temperature issue or just a little bit of dampness on the circuit, but a couple of spins there.
Very uncharacteristic for the man from Toowoomba. So he's got a lot of work to do. He's going to spice the race up. If he can carve his way through the field. Down to turn 6, part of the course that was modified back in 2012. We've lost 2 corners, but gained another passing opportunity around this Sydney Motorsport Park.
Yeah, that turn 6 is actually quite good because it's not long resurfaced, so there's actually quite a lot of grip there, and you can throw it down the inside, and it actually sticks a lot better than anywhere else around the circuit.
Down to turn 8, massive drop down the hill here. Running behind the back of the pit complex, there's a replay coming up of what happened at turn 2. So watch the second car of Ubergang as well as the 42 of Young. So up the top of the screen, did he get some assistance? Survey would say yes on that one.
Ooh, drive-through penalty, I reckon.
Oh dear. And Ubergang drops himself now down to 13th place, and that's clear as day what happened there.
It's quite strange to be on the inside there that late in the corner, but anyway, these guys are opportunists.
You have to have a go. Maybe a bit too early in the race to be doing it. There is your leaderboard, bottom left of screen. Abella, it's 1.2 seconds back to Adrian Flack, then Brendan Pingle, back to Carr, Chamberlain. Damien Flack is next, and a big crash down into Ubergang this time. And he rolled the car going into turn 1. And I think that was Ballantyne that was in there as well. That was that battle pack for 13th, 14th. It is Ballantyne. He gets away with it, but Ubergang's car went upside down and got back on 4 wheels. But there'll be damage to the Ubergang transport machine.
Not good for his championship, that's for sure. You've got to drive smart, and you need to finish every race. So it'll be interesting to see what actually happened there.
Here we go. This is going into 1. This is going to be absolutely insane to watch. 2 wide. You'd be stretching that in a V8, but these guys are pretty standard.
Yeah.
And look at that, right front into left rear. Put a bit of symphony music to it. It'd be almost elegant, wouldn't it? Yeah,
I'd say the old Ballantyne, not sure if he saw Ubergang up the inside there, but sort of chopped him up a little bit. Be good to see it from another angle, but luckily no one was hurt in that one.
Oh, the Quinn car behind just jumps on the brakes, and how close was that? I mean, seriously, he's just given him a bit of a tap at the back of the Ubergang transport machine.
Straightened him back up.
Meantime, the Ballantyne entry spins his way off. Not too much damage to him, but a lot of damage. I'd say it's game over for the Ubergang transport entry in this one. And you're right, that just blows his championship apart.
Yeah, it's that was pretty lucky for all those guys to get away with that. It was quite spectacular to see a car roll back onto all 4s and then continue on, whether he manages to finish the race or not. But Quinny there obviously gave a helping hand, putting back on all 4s.
High-speed approach to that corner at the best of times happened right in the bite point of it, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's not something you want to be doing at turn 1, but yeah, as I said, thankfully they got away with it.
And now points leader Brendan Pingle knows he's got a big chance to extend that points lead. He moves up to 2nd place now, puts Adrian Flack back to 3rd, and sets sights on this man, the teenager, the Horsley Park gun shop entry of James Abella.
Good close racing from these guys. They're obviously going to battle all the way to the checkered flag.
The sideways action all weekend long. They're starting to light the wick on lap 4 here. It's an 11-lap race. What's Flag got for us? Behind there, you've got Carr. It's a nice 3-car battle here. That's Abella out in front here, and just eating away at the lead already. Got out to nearly 2 seconds. And now Pingle has got him back inside at nearly 9/10 of a second now.
Yeah, obviously Pingle's done the fastest lap of the race, so he's obviously got pace. He's got a bit of an angry battle pack behind him now, so it'll be interesting to see how he puts his head down and chases Abella.
Would you rather be Pingle or Abella in this situation?
I think Pingle's got the measure, but obviously Flack's going with him.
More action further back in the field. Here's John Reynolds, that's the father of David. And contact behind. The 30 gets served up of Grant Ludby. Nice 360. Continues on. That would be a massive moment inside the car. I mean, they're like go-karts with a roof, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. He did the right thing, though. Kept the wheel straight, waited for it to do its spin and pressed on. Grab a gear, away we go.
Time Adrian Flack hasn't lost touch here with Pingle, who gets it sideways through the first corner. The Spirit of Lockyer, number 29. Can't eat into this lead at the moment. And I'll tell you, car behind here will be the big benefactor.
Pingle's definitely pushing hard. He probably just needs to calm it down a little bit. Although it looks spectacular, he's actually driving it sideways a little bit too much, dropping a bit of pace, but that's his choice.
It just kills the tyres, doesn't it, doing too much of that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm sure these cars are a little bit different, but in a V8 supercar, you drive it sideways once and you pay the price.
This will be better. This is going into turn 1 on board with Pingle. We saw the outside version.
Whoa.
Here's in car. Yes, yes, got it.
Great car control. Hanging on for dear life, I'm sure.
It wasn't his wildest moment. I think a couple of them from yesterday would make the highlights reel. They pick him up going around the back of turn 7, what used to be known as Corporate Hill. Nothing changed out in front. Abella's just starting to inch away again, and this is what happens when you've got a battle pack behind.
Yeah, I think Pingle might be driving through his mirrors a little bit too much now. He needs to put his eyes forward, concentrate on chasing Abella, and he's obviously got the pace, but just needs to calm it down a little bit.